Welcome back, dear viewers. You're still watching Nile Cruise on Nile TV International, and we're now having a different topic of discussion, and we're going to be tackling the role of civil society in addressing this crisis that Egypt is facing. And of course, this coronavirus or the COVID-19 pandemic had great impact on the economy, and also for those most vulnerable and those workers that are getting paid on a daily basis have been greatly impacted by this virus. And since this pandemic has the outbreak, civil society has been working alongside the Egyptian government to ease the impact or the negative impact of the coronavirus on the society and the most vulnerable. And to shed more light on this topic, we're most delighted to be joined by two members of a civil society group or entity, and we're being joined by engineer Mohamed Taher Ali, who's the head of a financial department of Sufara Charity, and also Manar Kellani. She's the head of the project management of Sufara Charity. Thank you so much for joining us on Nile Cruise on this very special episode.
Manar and Mohamed, it's a pleasure to have you with us, of course, in today's episode of Nile Cruise. The pandemic has serious economic impacts on many classes, of course. What classes are most harmed by the crisis?
Who are affected by this crisis? The low class people who work day by day, and they don't get a paid. And
they get paid per day.
Yes, of course. We created two campaigns in this case, in the COVID-19. At the first, we published a social media campaign about this catastrophe in the world. And the second step that we took to visit different towns to help these people and raise their awareness toward COVID-19.
Yes. So what kind of help do you offer to those most vulnerable or to those who are affected the most by the COVID-19?
Actually, I'd like to thank you and all the interview about this topic. Least of all, let's say that our projects nowadays is concerning about helping people, especially in Egyptian labors, in different kinds of fields. We go to different governorates like Luxor, Aswan, inside Cairo, Giza, Fayoum, Menofia, and we also give him a lot of packages and items that are related to Ramadan. Also, we give him some advices and some helps about how to protect himself and his family about coronavirus.
Okay, Sufra Charity, of course, organizes campaigns for poor people who depend on simple daily works, like you said, or per day working for their living. What are the regions that you work on?
The poorest towns. We
focus,
such as some towns in Fayoum. The towns that government or other organization are hard to reach. We don't choose randomly, but we choose specifically with collaboration with other charitable associations in their towns.
Yeah. Okay, so my question is to you, Mohamed. What are these packages exactly that you offer to those underprivileged people? And another part of the question is, when you went to the field and interacted with these people, to what extent are they aware of the hazards of this virus, and they're taking the safety measures or the precautions that the Ministry of Health and the government have announced through the national campaigns and broadcasted on TV, either on TV or in social media?
Yes, this is a good question. I think before we start our campaigns, we started to have our protocols with Egyptian Red Crescent and the UN volunteers. how to collect the names of laborers and poor families, especially ones, and decided to go each other to help these villages. I think yesterday we went to Munofeh Governorate. We gave them a lot of precautions and instructions about how to deal with coronavirus, which is known as COVID-19, and how to protect his family or her family and their children. Also, we sprayed them, or we gave them a lot of items like oils, like sugars, and some brochures that keep them aware of what the researchers the recent researchers
Do they know how
have
to
found
read
today.
the brochures?
Yes, yes. We spread them in different cities, and many of them this is for free. Yeah. This is
Okay.
for free.
Of course, you're doing a wonderful initiative. How do you guys protect yourselves against coronavirus in facing the public when you are going to these cities?
Yes, we start to protect myself by taking a mask, and to protect myself by using our
Alcohol?
Our alcohol, yes, our chemicals, and decided to.
Do you have special chemicals? Because you say
Yes.
our chemicals, you have
Yes.
special ones?
No. This is from Egyptian Red Crescent, and this is from the World Health Organizations.
Also, if you can tell us about raising the level of awareness of the people, especially that you're going to rural areas or slums. Maybe some people might not be educated or aware of how to prevent the virus from spreading. So how do you, when you go down to the field and visit these vulnerable or underprivileged governorates, how do you raise the awareness of the people?
At first, a lot of people over there say that our immune system is strong. We are Egyptians, okay?
This, of course, is a misconception.
Yes, of course. I told them, don't depend on this fact. Maybe it's a fact, okay? But the virus doesn't know the immune system.
Nationality or race or whatever.
Yeah, I told them before that you can move it or spread it to another one who has
low immunity.
Yes, low immune system. This is the first thing. The second thing, we told them about how they can keep the social distance between people, because I saw them, they...
Shaking hands and kissing and everything.
Yes, yes. Actually, after this dilemma, I see people go in the streets randomly. Like when something is banned, we go against it. Nowadays, you can see that the street is crowded. Why? I see that people do not respect the rules of the government. Yeah. First,
you mean after the curfew, they go into this, they go out and they.
Yes,
did you witness people doing this actually?
Yes, of course. There.
They don't abide to the rules and they go out.
Yes,
when there's
of course.
curfew.
Yes, of course. I saw them in Fayoum. They have a normal life. They don't know anything. They told me that we don't have any cases here, but that doesn't mean we don't care about our health. We have to shed light on the crisis, and we have to know it, and we have to protect ourselves for the sake of stop this spreading of the catastrophe.
The Egyptian government, of course, in collaboration with the Ministry of Interior, are taking very strict measures against people taking to the streets during the curfew hours and not abiding by the measures taken by the Ministry of Interior and the Egyptian cabinet, of course.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
Okay, what are the rare examples that you really witnessed during your campaigns that you can tell us about? when you came to talk to the people and try to raise their awareness, what were the cases that you saw that were really different, that you really remember?
I think there are a lot of cases, but the most special ones, we gave them a lot of sessions and workshops about how to protect themselves and their family, and to help our government not to be afraid of the disease, and try to listen to the government and follow their instructions. Also, with my partner, talked about that there are a lot of people that can't feel anything, don't have responsibilities about how to deal with coronavirus. But I think this is the most special ones that we must take as one hand or as a side to protect ourselves from coronavirus.
What about the old peoples that are most hit with the virus and that they're very vulnerable when it comes to discussing the novel coronavirus? How do you raise their awareness?
Okay, we started from beginning online, start to create posters and how to deal with coronavirus. Start from maintain yourself. Start with soup and try to keep your hands clean, especially in 20 seconds, and try to keep away from humorous news, and I can't listen to any unreliable news. Try to be calm and stay at home. Also, we went to other governorates, try to keep them clean, try to spread happiness, and we start to spread and create people lives, and try to give them a lot of sessions and instructions.
Manar, you and your team have been deployed to different governorates. What were the most challenges that you and your team have faced?
Inside our team regarding COVID-19?
Yes.
I see that we are divided into three categories. Positive people who obliged to the rules, negative people who do not care, and some people who are obliged to go to the society and indulge in the society, especially for their work.
Okay. Also, what about people? The sense of patriotism, and people want to collaborate to fight this virus and to save the nation or save the country from this crisis that has struck the country.
Actually, that I saw it at the beginning of the campaign on social media. A lot of youth collaborated with us in this sense, and they gave us their feedbacks, and they requested that they want to join us for the sake of spreading the idea, for the sake of raise the awareness of people, and we, of course, in the society, the organization, we were happy because there is still a lot of people, especially youth, who are aware of how protecting their society.
Yes, also we have our representatives from 27 governorates, and they can give us and support us with new informations about these villages and their governorates. Also, they give us the latest news on how to deal with these villages exactly.
Okay, the crisis, of course, has many was the reason behind many people rushing to meet their own needs by stocking up on supplies for any potential quarantines. How did you raise the awareness of those that you meet in your initiative and let them know that they don't need to do this because already the supplies are available and the country did not, there's nothing missing. We don't need to do this.
Okay, actually, people should have awareness among it to deal with coronavirus, and we should to keep this on the land by taking them into considerations about how to deal with these economic conditions. Also, the Prime Minister had said before that our storage or our suppliers had for next 3 months, but actually the people don't understand what he has said and rush themselves to the supermarkets
Yes.
and the hyper ones to sold or to take and buy all of these items. And what about the poverty? What about the people and the other sector of people? I think the government should take into considerations, and the people should know that and trust about the government. I think we also have a responsible about this important topic, and in the future we will take into considerations, and we should take and start to have a plans about to spread this specific topic from the other people and the governorates.
What are your plans for the holy month of Ramadan as we're going to be witnessing it, inshallah, hopefully in a few days?
Yes, we actually prepare a whole plan to start to contact with our sponsors and our communities. We actually start from the next week, try to find ways and try to find new packages and the benefits to help these poor people and this poverty line. Actually, we started this before from 2012 as we established Sufra Charity, and we continue on this message, and our vision is to help all the poor people from the Upper Egypt and to field our goals and targets and how to deal with these specific topics. Yes.
Yeah, also I want to shed light on something. In Sufara society, in Sufara organization, we work on sustainable development goals, the goal of food and poverty, and the goal of health. That's why we take the responsibility in these days, especially to help people and to achieve these goals that we work on.
Your closing remarks, please.
Sorry?
Closing comments from each of you.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
You can start.
Okay, yes, what do you like to wrap up with your this episode today, this segment? What would you like to say to raise the awareness of people that are watching us?
Okay, I'm started to take into considerations the people who watched us and start to listen from our the Prime Minister and from their governorates how to deal with COVID-19 disease. Not to deal with it is it's not important, or we should take into considerations about this specific topic, and we actually have an important role about to spread awareness and people online and offline. People have to deal with not to take all the items from supermarkets and start to our economy to reach, and I think this is a good use and a good models, and we start from ourselves and we spread these ideas to all the youth.
Okay.
Firstly, thanks for watching. Secondly, all people have to do different activities, especially nowadays in the quarantine, and they do not spend a lot of time on social media and on other sides of health. It is simple that we know some information about the updates of COVID-19, but we shouldn't spend all of our time on this issue, because that maybe create a psychological collapse. And of course it's already created for some people who is inside the quarantine, and they are very afraid from the society nowadays. No, start to do your own activities, start to do things that you like, improve your abilities, improve your skills, take online courses, and do not spend a lot of time just watching and being afraid of what is happening.
Positive vibes.
Yes.
Yes.
Really do appreciate your
Thanks.
insights. Manar Kellani, Sofra Charity, Head of Project Management, and also Mohamed Ali, the Head of the Financial Department for Sofra Charity. Thank you so much for being with us on Nile Cruise.
Thank you so much for being with us, and thank you so much for, of course, your initiative and your charity work, which is very much appreciated. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Dear viewers, stay with us. We'll be back again with another segment, and don't go away.